The Quick Diz News is part of the Quick Diz Takes family of podcasts.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hello, I'm Michael Eisner.
Oh boy! What's up, guys, and welcome to the Quick Diz News episode number 24, or as I think I'm now going to start to call it, What Did Bob JPEG Do to Make Us Angry This Week? I'm your host, Tim LeBeau, alongside Mr. John Castano.
Hi.
And Mrs. John and Mrs. Sarah Castano.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Please like, share, and subscribe if you're new or not new. If you haven't done it, do it. We appreciate it. Check out the website, quickdiztakes.com, for more content, and keep your eyes out for Patreon. And let's thank Johnny for the very, very extended long delay. Hi this evening. I wonder if one day Johnny can just like I can't say a word till he says hi, so he can literally just hold that for like a minute, and I would. So, yeah, I kind of worked that in there. All right. So, all right. Without further ado, I'll let Sarah do what she does.
So we're going to start with our quick Diz mentions and on brand engage in some speculation. We actually have quite a bit of speculation, which made my little Hamilton heart so happy. So first up, we have news that Fantasmic is set to return on September 5th of this year. In an article that was comparing the two versions of the show from Anaheim and Orlando, reported that as of April 17th, new scenes would be added into the show that were based on Aladdin, Tarzan, Tangled, Frozen, Moana, and include more appearances by Mickey throughout the show, which kind of sounds a little bit like an overhaul of the show to me. The article ended with a statement of when Fantasmic was scheduled to return, but Disney has said nothing about Fantasmic returning. As far as we're aware, they're still working on that pavilion, like the performance mountain. They're still pulling permits to work on it. So as of today, which is August 26th, it does not seem reasonable that Fantasmic would return on the 5th. It didn't say which park, but a lot of the comparisons were based on what was happening in Florida. So it kind of seemed like that's where it was leading to, but we've heard nothing, but we'll keep you updated if we do, but highly unlikely, Mr. Speculation Man. Secondly, Disney is reportedly planning to buy Sony to get the full rights to Spider-Man. Annual pass announcements on Facebook social media groups that APs are slated to return for purchase the first week of September. Again, Disney has said nothing about when. All Disney has told us is that they will be available by or on October 1st, but nowhere does it say the first week of September. And then lastly, up on our speculation this week, is the Carousel of Progress about to get an update? According to permits filed by Disney to, quote, provide labor, material, and or electrical for construction, Carousel of Progress could be getting a facelift. So Buena Vista Construction Company has been named as the contractor, and at this time, Disney has not listed Carousel of Progress on the refurb list, but we shall see if the scrims go up.
Sounds like there's going to be a great, big, beautiful tomorrow for the Carousel of Progress.
Continuing on with our quick mentions.
I should have gave that a... Anyway.
Hey-o. That's like a Jungle Cruise joke right there.
Hey-o.
We do have some upsetting news. That Pog juice that, wow, I forgot what they call it now at Tusker House. It's that pineapple orange guava mix. Is it Java? Not Jungle. Oh, I forgot the name. I'm the worst. So Pog juice.
Jamba juice?
Jamba juice. Thank you.
Something like that? I don't know.
It is off the menu at several Walt Disney World restaurants, and no amounts of guest complaints could bring it back. However, much to the chagrin of Ohana lovers, they complained and got their stuff back. The reason it's gone is the manufacturer, Dole, will no longer be producing that blend of juices. So it's sad, but I'm pretty sure you could find pineapple juice orange juice, and possibly guava juice, and just make your own 1-to-1 ratio. Boom.
No problem.
Disney Plus series Behind the Attraction was approved for more episodes. The Dapper Dans returned to Disneyland on September 3rd. Disney Morgans have had some star-studded guests this past week. Actor Tracy Morgan was spotted in Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom on Saturday the 21st, while over the course of the weekend, Disneyland hosted Matt Damon and his family, Janet Jackson, Ciara, Drew Brees, his wife, and their 4 children. They visited Minnie and Friends Breakfast in the Park. Their son Rylan had his 7th birthday there. So lots of people taking pictures of and with these celebrities over the weekend.
Yeah, he doesn't go there after he wins any Super Bowls because he doesn't win Super Bowls.
We can't all be Tom Brady, Tim.
Anywho.
Disney Plus has announced Happier Than Ever, a love letter to Los Angeles, which will be a Billie Eilish concert experience original film available for streaming on Disney Plus on September 3rd. So the concert features Billie, her brother Seamus, and the Los Angeles Symphony Orchestra. I was very shocked. I enjoyed the trailer very much. It's like a 4-minute trailer. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. So if you're a Billie Eilish fan and a Disney fan, we've got the best of the best for you. September 3rd, streaming on Disney Plus.
What I'm talking about.
Biometric finger scans returned Monday to Animal Kingdom and as well as Blizzard Beach as part of the admission into the park. So it is likely that biometric finger scans will return to the rest of the parks in the near future. If you recall, Disney briefly tested a facial recognition software, but it was never implemented beyond that test. However, the following day on Tuesday, guests reported the scans were back in place at Epcot and that they spoke with cast members. And according to cast members, they would officially be back in action as of Wednesday, the 25th. Parkgoers took to social media on the 25th, outraged and delighted that the scans were back in all of the parks. People are saying what a gross place it is to do the scans, to which other guests said, we'll just use Purell. Someone said, stop licking the scanners. So I feel like the scanners have gone, they're the new mask conversation of gross, no, yes, no. Good, bad, or indifferent, they're back in the parks. And they are all back as far as all 4 theme parks in the water park of Blizzard Beach. Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival will see a change to the playground near the Creation Shop to an all-new Princess Tiana themed playground. It ties in with their World Princess Week, which are doing a lot of stuff highlighting princesses, princess weddings they've held in the parks, on property at the hotels and all different venues. They're doing all kind of highlighting this week about world princesses within the Disney world, that is, worldly princesses. But we seem to have a big focus on Tiana. She gets her playground. We do have some news coming up later on the refurb for Splash Mountain. So lots of Tiana in the news this week. Disney even released as part of the Princess Week, they did release Tiana's beignet recipe. So if that's something you're into, you can find it on Disney's website. Do have screenshots I could share. If people are interested, just let us know. Additionally, we got a knot tonight. Additionally, Walt Disney World has reported they will be releasing newly designed magic bands exclusively for annual pass holders. So the first of the 2 designs features Chip and Dale with an autumn theme, a nice orange background, some acorns and leaves. And the second image has not been released, but is reported to feature Stitch. So those are AP exclusives. If you have that, you were able to get those bands. Disney announced on Monday that they will be closing 57 more Disney stores and outlets, leaving only 25 actual storefronts remaining. According to Disney, they will, quote, remain flexible in its approach and continue to evolve its retail strategy to best meet the needs of consumers when and where they want. Guests will have access to Disney shopping experiences in over 600 park stores, shop-in-shops, lifestyle and outlet locations, as well as third-party retailers around the world, quote. So most stores are set to close on October 15th. There were a couple that were set to close on the 22nd. I'm not sure why those like 2 random ones were like a week later. But later that day, it was also announced that Target will be adding 107 new Disney store locations, that's that shop in shop, by the end of 2021. So Disney listed which stores are closing and which stores would remain open as of this wave. But there is no list yet as to where the Target store-in-store locations will be. So I also saw online that I think it was whatever Disney stores in a mall, not an outlet, but an actual shopping mall in Florida is currently, I mean, this was announced on Monday. Today is Thursday. They currently have a 25% off the entire store sale right now just to move merchandise out.
Cutting more costs. That's all that is. Putting stuff in Target, let them deal with paying the employees and still sell our stuff.
That kind of goes back to what we talked about last week with Bob Chapek in that Q3 earnings call, saying we're putting everything direct to consumers. We're meeting them where they are. They're already online. Well, I don't know about you. If you're close to an outlet or a store, I like going and be able to see the items. I was going to purchase one of the swim bags for my niece, and we ended up going to the store shortly after I had seen it on Shop Disney, and I just kind of held off. And I'm glad I didn't, because it was like super small, and she wouldn't be able to fit her stuff in there. So while it was a very cute swim bag, it was very impractical. But I wouldn't have known that by looking at the picture online. So I am kind of upset about it. But
however, if the locations that they put in the Target store end up being like, if they end up being nice sections, like good size sections, it might work out better because we got more Targets around. So instead of having to go to one Disney store, say in Burlington, Mass, or at Rentham, you could go to Target.
I remember when they
won't be the same though.
Yeah, I know when they first piloted it. Now there's two stores that were kind of in the middle of. One store had nothing at all, and the other store just had an end cap, but it was like in the back of the store, like where toys meet sporting goods, and it wasn't kind of like I knew to look for it and ask an associate for it, but it's not like it would have jumped out and caught a consumer's eye. So I'm hoping that we get like something decent in that if it does come locally, that it's something more than just that afterthought of an end cap.
It made it sound like it was going to be a pretty good designated area, but
yeah, the image that they released looked like it was like kind of like how Starbucks has its own section within a Target. It made it seem like it would be its own section within the store. So we'll see.
That'd be good. Yeah. But we'll see.
And last up on a quick Diz mentions, Turtle Talk with Crush returned to Epcot this past Saturday, the 21st. I know a lot of people enjoy that, especially people with smaller kids, or if you are just young at heart like myself and enjoy it and try and figure out how they do that. I think I know. I enjoy that show, but it's back as of the 21st.
Well, you did, when you said the
Diz update.
You said the Billie Eilish thing. Her brother's name is Phineas. It's not Seamus.
Yeah.
Just
did I say Seamus?
Good call.
Yes.
Good call, Johnny.
Just figured.
Is it like Phineas and Ferb? Is that why?
Maybe. Yeah, Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, but his name's Phineas.
The really sad thing is I wrote Phineas and said Seamus.
The thing I have, it says Seamus. So
I just refreshed. Is that better?
No. Well, whatever. Just.
Nevertheless.
Give the guy his credit.
Brother to Billie Eilish.
Anyway.
So,
Billy.
Who is this William Eyelash? Quick Diz update. So after several more celebrities have very publicly backed Scarlett Johansson, Disney is now calling for arbitration in their lawsuit over Black Widow. So for those who are unaware, Disney released Black Widow on their streaming platform, Disney Plus, the same day that they released it into theaters, after they had promised actors and actresses, people working on the movie, that it was going to be a theater release only, and then people negotiated their pay based off of what it grossed in the theaters. And so by streaming it, they lost out on profits, and this is an ongoing lawsuit. So Disney is now calling for arbitration as more and more celebrities are backing Scarlett Johansson. And I am Team Scarlett on this one. Absolutely.
Everybody's going to get a nice fat paycheck.
People work, man. Pay the people who show up.
They didn't look very good in that statement that came out. So I think that they're just trying to shut it down.
They should have just paid. It's not like they're like this struggling Hollywood studio.
No.
It's not even worth the bad PR to
no. And then they felt they were smart by throwing it out there. Oh, we paid her $20 million, but
that's not what
you could pay her $100 million. That's not the point of a contract. So it doesn't matter how much she got paid, because like everything is, if it's the other way around and Disney had a contract, they'd be
absolutely
it from the rooftops too. So
just double the price of park tickets and you can cover that. No problem.
Yeah.
Hey, Chapek. Head down.
All those.
Don't worry, he's working on it.
Yeah, all those individual the prices for those top tier rides on the Genie app went up $5 a piece, whatever they're gonna be.
That situation. It's gonna be when that comes out. It's gonna get bad quick.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna hit the fan.
Especially if everyone buys them, then they're gonna be like, well, wait a minute.
Buy them, people.
How much can we get? How much more can we get? You almost gotta buy them though. It's tough to go by there and just stand by, like, especially when they go back to full capacity completely. Just going in standby lines. Ugh.
How pedestrian.
Well, that's a long day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, moving on. Disney released a list of attractions at each park that will be eligible on the new Genie Plus access passes. For a full list, check out our Facebook page. It's kind of silly for me to rattle them all off. But once this posts, I'll go up and I'll put it in the group, just like I did last week with the Genie options that were speculated versus what actually came out. As promised.
Wait a minute. So this is the $15 tier we're talking about here?
Mm-hmm.
You can't, every ride's not included on that?
Well, some rides like Carousel of Progress, it's kind of silly to go on because it just is a...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like Pirates isn't on there or something like that?
No, it's things that you don't need one for. It's not...
I got you.
But none of the top tier ones are on it, right?
Right, the super top tier...
Like
are
Seven
reserved for
Dwarves
them.
and Flight of
Yeah,
Passage.
that's
and
going
all
to
that
cost
stuff.
you a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
Bastards.
So it's all
Scrooge
just that.
McDuck should have been on that instead of Genie.
All those tier 2, all the tier 2 rides, basically.
Yeah.
Hey,
Whatever
they are just taking advantage of us so badly. It's almost insulting now.
Almost.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's like flat out insulting.
So when this posts on Saturday, I'll go on the Facebook page and I'll add that on there. So y'all will have a list of it. I mean, I'm sure it's on Disney too, but you guys love us. So just come to our Facebook page and show us some virtual love and we'll love you right back. So as I discussed earlier, we have more information
Name for that.
on the Princess and the Frog retheme of Splash Mountain. So they had a roundtable discussion. It was actually kind of cool to talk to the people who are in charge, I guess, of retheming it and who are creative brains behind how this new ride will play out. So we know what picks up after Last Kiss. We know it has to do with Tiana and Louis in the bayou leading up to Mardi Gras. So Tiana, I guess, will actually invite guests to go on an adventure with her in the bayou. And the guests who are there become, as they say, quote, active participants while on the ride. And so they kind of talked a little bit more, and it sounded like active participant means that Tiana acknowledges the guests. So it's not like...
You pay her. You can't ride it. JPEG's going to ask what you're going to pay. You want to ride Splash Mountain?
Elsewhere, stop it.
She breaks a $10 bill for you and send you on your way.
Tiana acknowledges the guests while the ride goes through. You discover characters we know and love from Princess and the Frog, and also an opportunity to introduce some new characters.
Not Ray.
What?
I said not Ray.
No.
We'll see him.
He's a...
What happened to Ray?
Looking for his Evangeline.
Poor Ray. You pay a little extra, you can see Ray. I doubt it.
If you get dessert at every meal, no kidding.
If this thing turns into a shooter, by the way, because you're participating, if there's like some kind of a gun mounted to this thing, I'm going to be so aggravated.
It just said, it said active participant, and she acknowledges that there's guests there. So I can't imagine it to be like a scene by scene play out of the movie if she's like acknowledging and engaging with you that way. But I'm just wondering what guests will do on a log flume
Row
ride.
things like in Spider-Man.
Do we row?
And then you can buy a $45 upgrade at the gift shop.
I don't know.
Who knows?
So as I was watching this
Imagine that.
As I was watching this roundtable and they're talking about introducing new characters, now my brain is going, okay, so does that mean there's going to be a sequel? Are we going to get a mini series on Disney Plus? Are we going to get why are we getting new characters? What is there a spin-off coming? What's the end game with adding in new characters to a story we already know? But that's what they discussed in their roundtable. We do have more restaurants set to open. So August 21st saw the reopening of Hollywood Studios Tune-In Lounge, the bar portion of the Primetime Cafe. The 22nd, Hollywood Studios Dockside Diner reopened with a new menu. So replacing their hot dogs and pulled pork sandwiches with shrimp salad rolls, smoked fish dips, and chipotle chicken salad rolls. A little bit more of a grown-up menu. The 27th, Magic Kingdom's Cinderella Royal Table is open for business. Reservations began on the 24th. On August 29th, Epcot's Beer Garden will reopen as well as a buffet, just like Boma we talked about last week. Also on the 29th, Animal Kingdom's Kusafari Coffee Shop and Bakery. On September 12th, Magic Kingdom's Crystal Palace will reopen as a full buffet. No word yet on if our characters are coming back in true fashion, but just the buffet portion and no longer a as much as you care to eat. And then, while technically not a reopening, because we did talk about this a couple of weeks ago, Epcot's Nine Dragons restaurant in the China Pavilion is now available and accepting advanced dining reservations. So if that's your jam, before it was walk-up only, and now you can make those reservations. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind show building gets additional work done on the roof. Workers were seen adding more panels over the weatherproofing material. And so the exterior work appears to be drawing toward a close. So from what people are able to see in the parks, the exterior looks almost completed. Just that roofing work done to kind of finish that up. And then following the Genie Plus and Lightning Lane announcement last week, they did announce at the same time that the disability access service was getting an overhaul as well, but it was kind of overshadowed by people freaking out about could buy free fast passes and now you have to pay. So I went back and I reread it because I knew that I didn't touch on it last week. So what we know about it basically is enhancements are being made to the program, including a new option to enroll in the program for pre-arrival and for the DAS participants to select attractions directly in the app. So basically, all that existed before was an in-person program. You had to register and do all of that work in person in the parks when you got there. And now they have the ability to do that online through the app. So that's their overhaul, is just adding that virtual component to it.
I also heard that the interior work is done on Guardians of the Galaxy. Ooh. Apparently, James Gunn has already written it. And he says our minds are going to be blown. It's probably going to be awesome. Just because like the new ride system, like the way it's probably gonna be cool. They're gonna have the rock music going, and it's gonna be.
I should probably watch Guardians of the Galaxy before I write it.
It's got a great soundtrack.
Both of them. You should probably watch both of them.
Well, I caught little clips and pieces of the second one at the end, so that's kind of a bummer for me. But plus, I gotta know.
They're gonna be in the new Thor movie too, so got a lot of catching up to do.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? What did you do? You had time off or something? You binged just all the Marvel movies. Was it Christmas? You had some time off? It's fairly recently. It wasn't like vacation though. In any case.
I don't remember why I watched them all.
Yeah. Our big headline this week is actually about Animal Kingdom. We do have some updates going on over there. So we have some news about the Kite Tales show and some news about the future of Primeval Whirl. So the new daytime jet ski show, Disney Kite Tales, very creative, is scheduled to debut on October 1st, along with many other new things to celebrate the 50th anniversary, and crews are making visible progress. So a dock has been installed, which will likely be one of two that are used during the jet ski show. Another dock is under construction near Flame Tree Barbecue, and then buoys have been installed in Discovery River to assist with a jet ski performance as well. So there's not really a whole ton of stuff that needs to be installed for this show. So I think we've got almost all of it. It says the dock is under construction near Flame Tree. So I think they're almost done building what they need to build. I think a lot of it's just the choreography and getting the actual show itself under wraps. But people have been putting up pictures of the buoys going, why are these here? What's happening? Someone made a comment so the fish don't run into the walls, and I think the original poster believed it until people were reminded that there was a jet ski show going in there. And while officially closed now for over a year, interestingly enough, a permit has just now, like as in yesterday, been filed for 610 Dinoland Drive, which aligns to Primeval Whirl. So like many of the other many permits filed on Disney's behalf these days, the permit doesn't exactly spill the beans as to what Disney plans on doing with this space and with this permit. Although really there's two viable options. Either you demolish the current Crazy Mouse style roller coaster or you retheme it. So that being said, the contractor who's pulling the permit is not the one who's been pulling the permit for a lot of the other maintenance work that we've seen happening around Disney. The contractor that's pulling this one is MLC Theming, which is generally used for new construction and not demolition. So the permit expires in late April 22, which gives you only 8 months and would leave one to believe that we should be able to see work beginning soon, and it should take under a year to complete because your permit expires in 8 months. So we shall see.
Well, I don't know what to say about that other than that ride needs to go anyway, so that's good.
Didn't we see, like, weren't pictures surfacing on social media like a month or two ago or like early spring this year of the ride vehicles from Primeval Whirl being removed? Like, didn't we see one like on the back of an 18-wheeler on the highway or something? If my memory serves me correctly.
I'm pretty sure it's closed because whatever pieces break on it, they can't get those pieces because whoever made that ride isn't in business anymore and they don't like make replacement parts for it. That was the whole reason why it shut down.
Like, do you think they're just going to build new ride vehicles that don't require that piece that keeps breaking? Or do you think they're going to like...
If they want to keep in theme with Dinoland, they can just break it down and put a carnival style ride up. Anyway, it's not like they have anything special there anyway.
Does Dinoland have a scramble?
No, wait a minute. They're not selling merchandise in the dinosaur store now either, right?
Right.
Supposedly not now.
Yeah, something's going on over there.
When we went a couple weeks ago, they had the only like dinosaur stuff they had was just the t-shirts of the T-Rex. Like, if you're happy and you know it, oh no, like that's the only it was just t-shirts. Everything else was just generic park merchandise.
Bring the Beastly Kingdom. Let it come to fruition. The original plans need to be realized.
I mean, just saying.
Although they wouldn't be able to attach IPs to it, so probably forget about that. I would guess it'd be like Zootopia or something.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, you could. No one talks about that, but you could easily retheme that dinosaur ride to Zootopia.
Absolutely.
Just riding around with Hops and was it Nick Fox or whatever his name is? Yep.
Wild.
If you think about it too, they only have 8 months.
Nick Wild, yeah.
They only have 8 months on this permit. The contractor, I can't talk. The contractor is known for new construction and not demo. So maybe it's just a refurb. If the bones of the actual ride are fine and it's the vehicle itself, if they just design new vehicles and attach it to an existing track, like, do you think Disney, like, has it been sitting for long enough that they now need to do maintenance on the track? I don't know.
Yes,
I thought haven't they already announced it's not going to open it ever again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like that, Rivers of Light, and something else were done forever.
But then, like, you say demolition of things, and like, that's not, I don't think that's a normal, like, a demolition. That seems you're just taking apart.
Yeah, they're just going to take it apart and sell it to Carnival.
I don't think
I guarantee you he's not going to lose money on that. He's going to find ways to make money on it.
So I don't think you need a specific demolition crew to take. It's just piecing, taking it apart.
They're not like exploding it. It's not like a bridge that needs to be, dynamite out.
Well, that's what we're saying. So they're probably going to take it
apart
apart and build something.
You probably don't need two separate. You probably need one company.
Because I imagine they're going to keep the rest of Dinoland open as much as possible while this happens.
I don't know. I think Dinoland's been on the cutting block for a long time. It does not look like it belongs there.
No, not at all.
I mean, Dinosaur's a great ride, but
Absolutely.
The rest of it's just junk.
I tell my kids, we did not come all the way to Disney World to play carnival games. Sorry.
Yeah, it's weird. And apparently you're not the only person telling their kids that, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody playing those games. Maybe I have. I don't think so.
People playing it is when it's one family playing themselves, so that family is guaranteed to win a prize. Like, they're not like random people playing against strangers. It's just,
It's tacky. Kitsch. Very kitsch. Anyway. All right. I guess that's it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we'll keep it short and sweet this week, I guess. That wraps it up. Special shout out to our friends over at Matthew and Lauren Vlogs. they sent a little shout out our way this week and thanking us for and telling us how much they enjoy the updates. And I just want to let them know that I also enjoy their vlogs. And if you haven't seen their vlogs, check them out. Matthew and Lauren vlogs. They do Disney. They do all kinds of stuff. I guess wherever they went. I was watching actually one. They went to the Funko store the other day, which is where I saw that you can make your own Funko.
Oh.
I was telling Sarah before the show. And that place looks really cool. It's actually really worth the watch because I wish that store was near me. I love to go there. It's kind of like an experience. It has like different theme sections and obviously every Funko you can possibly imagine. And you can make your own and you get it in like a half hour or something. You make an appointment and they call you and then because I was gonna make one online and I don't know if it's any different, but I was gonna make one online. But I wanted my O hat, I wanted my glasses, I wanted like a quick dish shirt. Like I wanted to make but it wouldn't let me.
You want a quick diz, Tim?
Yeah, why not?
Do it.
It wouldn't be that specific, but I don't know if you can do it more specific in the store or not.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
feel
it comes with your own box, your own backdrop, your name. It's pretty cool.
This would be my backdrop.
Do
My
love me-
boys.
Do love me some Funko Pops.
My boy Cusco.
And
Here
of
he
course,
is. Bell
Dwight
Schnickel.
and Bell Stickles.
Oh, Johnny's got his on display already. So
Yep. I just like to, once in a while, let everyone know who's joined the room. Brutus the Buckeye has joined the room. I don't know if anyone noticed that. He's hanging out with Statler and Waldorf up there.
I didn't notice him, but now he's quite odd man out.
He's gearing up for a big season coming up here. So next Saturday. Anyway, all right. So we're getting out of here and we will see you guys
Next week.
next week.